Hey guys, it's Divine from merch.com and welcome to a possibly new series on our channel about me flipping Partyhats. Now I got this idea because a while ago a friend suggested that I show some more of the day-to-day merchanting I do and to give some explanation about my thought process and my actions. Now I try my best to record my merchanting, which works fairly well with investments, but when I'm flipping the history often moves so fast that it makes me miss out on buys or sales from time to time. Now, especially because I'm more focused on the actual flipping and the checking of accounts and offers than I am on making sure that I record it all. On top of that, I simply don't always feel like recording everything because it can sometimes be quite a chore to screenshot, resize, calculate, and upload or store everything. Regardless of that, I'll be putting out more of these videos if people like them and if I actually recorded enough to compile into a video, of course. I'll probably stick with showing what I do on the two accounts in this video, though I could expand it in the future if I wanted to. I'll do my best to add some useful comments too, so you can possibly learn something from it. And keep in mind that a lot of my merchanting is gut feeling. I dislike working with standard rules and I always try to improve myself by reaching even higher profits, so I may not always be able to explain why I did a certain thing. Anyways, I'll be showing you guys these live graphs with my recorded buys and sales at the end of the video. It'll be in the time period during which I recorded the flips, of course. These are obviously the live graphs on merch.com, and I find them great to work with for flipping and investing. I also suggest you to use a larger resolution to watch the video so you can actually properly see the flips. With that being said, let's get started. So I made 709 mil profit in 3 randomly spread days and another 35 mil in the day before the first day, which I included here anyways, which was the 15th July. On that day I was still on vacation with my girlfriend and I only had like 30 minutes to be online to check some things like my mail and all that. And then I suddenly saw that party hats were really low and they seemed to have a low volume as well. So I jumped in and recorded this great purple flip here. You can also see a yellow buy in the screenshot, which I sold as well, but I probably lost the recording when I started taking out investments that I still had in there. The purple was bought and sold well below and above the reported Runescape prices. I tend to flip outside of these given prices because the great price checking system our Quark uses allows you to do this as only one side of the margin is given, which gives a lot of space for high ball and low ball offers. Then the next day, which was the 16th, I had about 2 hours time. As you can see, I finished selling my unicorn horns on this account on that day, and on my other accounts I think a few days later. An investment video about those will follow later, I won't go into them here. Anyways, I managed to record 3 green flips here with awesome margins, and I got kicked from our Quark when I reported one of them, even though I provided proof through a screenshot with push, as it's called. It was quite lame that I got kicked for it. The rank who kicked me was being really immature about it, but whatever. I think some people just need to learn that not everyone flips inside their own ranges and that even the slightest moment without sell offers in can result in peaks like this, which is what I was aiming for. I also tried some red flips, but as you can see their margin was rather small. They've been very stable ever since they dropped below max cash again. Which is a pity because they used to be much better, and hopefully this will improve again soon. Finally I did a yellow flip. Their margin wasn't much better than red, but it's okay I guess, and they sold, well, this one sold while I was gone again. Then the next day I recorded something again, was the 22nd July, as I went back home on the 18th, and then I had so many things to do that I didn't waste much time on recording stuff or even merchanting to begin with. I did do a few short-term investments, but I won't go into them here. So on the 22nd, Partyhats had a big crash, which was really predictable. I managed to record a fair bit here. There was a bit of a rumor going around that someone found a method to duplicate items with gravestones, but it was actually a really fake video. Now what happened in reality is that someone bought a bunch of yellow Partyhats at way too high prices for the moment. They tried to dump them all to make all hats crash so that they could buy into other party hats cheap. But the problem is that they sold the yellows for far too low and yellows rose back up the most out of all hats. The only thing they ended up doing is making a lot of other people profit, and even if they broke even with this, it wasn't worth the effort and certainly not the risk. Anyways, this is why I bought 4 of the yellows for the same price here, and on another account I bought them at this price as well. And I also saw a lot of the same prices being reported in the clan chat by others, which is a clear sign that they all came from the same person and it's not a lot of people panicking. Now the purples, greens and reds all had to be instant bought because my lowball offers were just a bit too low, but I still made very decent profit on them, so I certainly cannot complain. Then before getting off, I still bought a bunch of greens and a purple and I put them in for sale. But the problem was though that on the 22nd and the 23rd, which was the release of RuneScape 3, there were still a bunch of glitches and bugs and we couldn't put in offers with a custom price and a grand exchange. It worked briefly for me on one account, but after relogging I could no longer do it. Now I had these sell offers in too high and I knew that nobody was really going to buy them if all they could do was add 5% to the price or take off 5%. And I also knew that as soon as our offers would be enabled again, like as soon as we could put in custom prices, the prices would start dropping again pretty soon. Now, we could put offers in again on the 24th, which I used to sell off whatever I had left, while squeezing in a quick 12 mil flip on purples as well. And I did this one to take them even higher, which would make other people think it was time to dump as well. And that combined with a bunch of my sales helped to turn them around pretty easily. So as a summary, here are the complete graphs with all of my recorded flips on them. The green dots are for buys and the red dots are for sales. The smallest dots are for single buys, the medium ones for 2, and the big ones are for anywhere over 2. Now on the green graph you can see the peak where I sold in the beginning. After I got kicked, the price was immediately reverted to the old price there. And overall I think I did pretty well on them considering my inactivity and 2 days of downtime on RuneScape. I hope you all enjoyed this first episode and that perhaps it inspired you to make some money yourself. Let me know if you'd like to see some more of this in the future, and take care guys!